Hello! Hello and welcome to my ethical dilemma. I didn't have like a different I get up to like represent vigilantism, so I kind of just rocked the only thing that I have. I got like the Batman shirt and the cowl going on. I hope you guys know what I was going for. My ethical dilemma is the ethics of vigilantism. Yep, so basically what I want to get into is like, say, you know, like I'm a vigilante, you know, I'm Batman going around, I'm prowling the streets, I'm in the streets, I'm looking for baddies. Is that really okay? Should I be allowed to look for baddies and attack baddies and kill baddies? I know Batman doesn't kill, but I'm not talking about Batman. This is just the only thing that I had. Is vigilantism ethical? So to answer this dilemma, couldn't really use Batman because, you know, he doesn't really kill people. He's kind of like helping the police, and in most comics he kind of works with the police. So I wanted to use a fictional vigilante to kind of the not real vigilante, the Punisher. Basically, for those who don't know, the Punisher was a Vietnam vet who lost his family to a random act of violence. And, you know, after his family died, they say so did Frank Castle, the Punisher. Frank died, and then he was reborn as the Punisher. Sorry if the camera's super shaky, it's on my bed. This setup is so fried. Like, I'll take a picture, like, this is really bad. But anyways, so yeah, basically he just kind of swore to just kill any criminal in a city, I think New York, you know, they're all in New York. The Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, Daredevil. Like, why? Like, just one of them just has to move out. Like, I'm sorry. All right, let's talk about the point of view of the Punisher. Let's talk a bit about the Punisher's point of view. Basically, to put it simply, if you're a criminal and in his eyes, you deserve to die. Because he's not really like Batman to where he's kind of like helping. There are debatable. We're not talking about Batman. Don't even get me started about Batman. He's very sadistic, right? You know, like he's not going out patrolling the streets to help people. He goes out for his own kind of like sick kind of pleasure, but not really. Like, sounds kind of weird, but like he's like fighting bad guys and and he's like bang, bang. You know, he's like he's killing baddies to punish them, right? He's not killing baddies because, you know, oh, I'm gonna save the world. No, he's like, I hate criminals. I'm gonna kill you. Bang. So that's the Punisher. He kills. Hope that these like tape marks aren't showing. This green screen is gonna look so chopped. Is the Punisher's method moral? Oh, I want to talk about more about the ethics on his point of view. So basically, we know he kills anyone. Like, you jaywalk and you're dead. Yeah, it's kind of an exaggeration, but like, yeah. And this dude stops at nothing. There's an entire comic book where literally it's just one dude fearing for his life because he's like, oh, the Punisher's after me. He's gonna get me. You don't want to mess with the Punisher because you do anything wrong, you're done. But like, let's think about this realistically here, right? Say I'm hungry. Oh, I'm starving. Oh, I need food. So I go to the supermarket. I look into my wallet. This is probably going to be a real thing because I have no money. I spent it all on comics. But anyways, so I open up my wallet. Oh, there's no money. Oh, I'm broke. Like the fly comes out. You know, like I don't have any money. I'm broke. So, you know, I'm like, I'm going to steal some bread. Yeah, the Punisher, he's mad at me. He's angry, you know, because I committed a crime. So is that really like ethically okay? Because, you know, technically I committed a crime, right? But I didn't have the justice system. You know, we didn't go through like a court or anything. Like, he is, like his alt in Marvel Rivals says, he is judge, jury, executioner. So we've touched base on like how he deals with like the common criminal, which, you know, like that's kind of a like a blurred line. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't really kill the common criminal. You know, like drug dealers do what they do to, you know, like get by and all that. But anywho. Let's now talk about the main thing that the Punisher usually deals with, the Mafia. This guy. The big boss. Is it morally justified to kill these people? Because they're not getting arrested. You know what I mean? Because they basically own the police, right? So, yeah. And to touch base on the previous thing that I said about, like the common criminal in America, a study by, hold up, let me read it. The Bureau of Justice Statistics found that 82% of prisoners were rearrested within 9 years of their release. That's like less than my entire lifetime. So, like 9 years? That's not a lot of time. So they're maybe reoffending or maybe getting wrongfully arrested, which could be the case. But we're just gonna be like, the criminals, they're so evil and they keep being evil. Oh no! It's a bit more understanding for the Punisher to make a more so permanent solution. Yeah, it's understandable, yet obviously very flawed. But anyways, let's get to our next little prompt. To begin this next segment, I kind of just want to I've been throwing the word vigilantism like all over the place. I'm just like throwing it at your face, boom. But what does it really mean? All right, this is coming straight from the Cambridge Dictionary. It's on my monitor and it's pretty far away. The practice of ordinary people in a place taking unofficial action to prevent crime or to catch and punish people believed to be criminals. Alright, so now that we're all familiar with the word, I think we can see how this is a very slippery slope. We got doing good, but then also being a criminal, right? So it's like, if I'm gonna go out and slap criminals around, be like, pow, 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 like slapping them around, what gives me the right? Like, I'm a criminal, so that criminal should have the exact same right to slap me around. Who really decides who's right and who's wrong? You know what I mean? Very ethically problematic. And, it can clearly come from a lot of different places, May it be trauma or just a sense of not truly having faith in your justice system, a whole wide variety of things. Dan X. Chen, a senior researcher at the Talbot House Center for Health and Human Services Research, oh my good gravy, suggests that vigilantism can be driven by a mix of pro-social and anti-social characteristics, including criminal narcissism and sadism, all the while seeing themselves as a hero and morally superior. Chen also discovered that those with a sense of victimhood can develop a vigilante identity focused on punishing criminals or those who do wrong. Chen also suggests that, and I quote, vigilantes are not purely motivated by sadism. The Punisher isn't purely The Punisher isn't purely motivated by sadism or being sadistic. They're deep down, he's still helping people and he knows what he's doing is right. But his main motivation is still very sadistic. But he's not purely motivated by sadism. I don't know why I kept that in there. So you may be thinking, this guy's a complete loony. Why? Like how are people just okay with this dude walking around the streets? It's like, I live here, bro. What if he kills me? Isabel, where did it go? Pinto, director of the social psychology lab at the University of Porto, conducted research suggesting that if people no longer believe in the integrity of the justice system, they are more willing to support vigilantes who punish perceived offenders. So clearly, we can see that Punisher killing baddies will make the people be like, oh, that's really cool. Now they're friends. People are also more supportive of vigilantes who align with core societal values. So like justice. So yeah, and when there's corruption and stuff, the only fair judgment that people can see is getting kind of killed. Yeah, so clearly it makes sense why people it makes sense why people like the Punisher. The Punisher, it's equal justice for all, a bullet to the head. But anyways, so equal justice for all, and in a city full of corruption and crime at every corner. I'm reading off my script, I'm sorry. People idolize a man who gets stuff done. And it makes sense. Even the police love the guy. They're all like, yeah, he's doing our job for us. Not really? But
good for my point, you know, how people like him. So, you know what, I'll take what I can get.
So here's the question that I leave with you. If everyone is in support of a vigilante, including the police, the justice, is it really morally wrong, even with all the no fair court, no judging, just kind of just executing at that point? Is it really morally right? Or is it still gray? Or is it just wrong? I don't know. Let me know. Conclusion. Stop watching. Yep. Go check out the article that I used for this video. It's actually very interesting. But yeah, just stop watching.